Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video. Hope you all had a very good weekend. I did at least, and this week is a little bit weird because today we have 4th of July, so the American stock markets are closed. And later on this week I will be on a flight to Bosnia, so I will definitely not upload every day. But to be honest, we are coming a little bit on a make or break moment for BTC, as in we could see a huge relief rally or maybe another big dump down. We are going to look at both scenarios. Before we do, of course, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment or share this video with your friends if you think that's useful. Also feel free to check out all the links in the descriptions. There are 2 links to my Twitter and Instagram, definitely follow me there, but also 2 links to Bybit and Phoenix. If you make an account now, after your initial deposit, you are getting a trading bonus from the exchange, so definitely check that out. Now let's dive straight in. First of all, the scenario for us why we could go lower. Well, one major important one is that we have a Fed meeting planned at the end of the month where they most likely going to rise the interest rates again. Now I know that's in a few weeks from now, so a lot could happen in the meantime, but usually we see in the time running up to that moment that stocks and everything is selling a little bit off, so then therefore also most likely crypto, so that could push us much lower than where we are today. The second one is that everyone right now is screaming for 16k, 14k, 12k, 10k, could be anything, but sometimes, not always, that could be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Therefore everyone is selling off, the price goes lower, or exactly the opposite happened. Everyone is waiting for lower prices to get into long, and boom, the price shuts off to go higher. The third and very important one is that we have a little bit of a minor capitulation, meaning that a lot of miners right now are selling off the bitcoins. Let me make myself a little bit smaller. And then you can see right here that miners are selling off the BTC holdings. Well, this article was already published on 22nd of June, but was updated last Friday. And they're doing that to grab some cash to overcome this kind of bear market where we are in, because they need liquidity. And at the same time, we're also seeing that the revenue, of course, is going lower and lower and lower as Bitcoin is also making new lows on the price. And these miners, if they cannot generate any cash, then they need to shut down operations. Usually then you really see a spike down, mining capitulation, and then suddenly the price goes up again and it becomes more profitable for the miners to start running again. So that could push us lower if they start selling off more and more of their Bitcoin and able to grab that liquidity, and they will do that against every price they can. Well, on the bull side, we have to face the facts, and that is that we dropped down 37% in last month's candle. So to see maybe a little bit of a retracement, a little bit of a recovery to the upside is maybe to expect it, also because we now have 3 months in a row just red across the board. Let me extend this even a little bit. Then we had 56% in the last 3 months. To maybe have at least one monthly candle a little bit in the green would make sense a little bit. If we go to the weekly, there I would say, you know what, we maybe even have room to recover this factor candle right here. That will be then the top, approximately 26. Don't know if we will get that high, but 22, 23, 24, yeah, would absolutely be great. Let's say we totally shooting off to the moon. Then we have another factor candle here at 33,000, but I do not expect that anytime soon. Let me take the Traders Reality indicator off. That makes stuff usually a little bit easier. On the weekly, would be interesting if this one would be confirmed, is that we have a green dot right here, and that could signal that we get a little bit of a turnaround for a little bit. But to be honest, I mean, we also had 2 small green candles here before we went lower again, but it could signal us to maybe have a little bit of a turnaround. Quickly head to the daily, and then I will have a few other very interesting scenarios why we could go higher. And that is that you see that here we also are trying to make a green dot right here. That would not really make us a bullish divergence, because yes, the momentum wave is going higher, but is the price really making a low? Not really. I think you cannot take the bodies here and then the bottom of the candles here. That's a little bit unfair. There's apples and oranges, so I would say or the body candles or the wick. The wicks connecting, but we don't really see that. Something that we do see, and that is actually something that I'm really looking out for, that would be quite nice, is that we could make something like a W pattern that will bring us higher, because the W pattern of course is bullish, but I first need to see if we can break this important level here at the top. That is 21,500 ish, or let's say 22,000. because I'm very much afraid, since we had so many failed patterns in the last few weeks and months, that this might break. Then everyone says, here we got our W pattern, people jumping into a long and then fooled you, and then we're going lower to make new lows, and that will be very, very ugly. But we'll have to see. Of course, then also the money flow needs to come up. Right now that is just going sideways, so I don't really see the bull stepping in. I draw this box right here. That is a point where we could turn around, so that you can see that we had a few big weeks on the daily in that support box, and then we are just jumping back up again. So that is interesting to see. Another pattern that you could draw, and you know what, let me take the 4 hourly, because then I have a lot of candles in there. That makes it a little bit easier, and I will take out the VWAP, and then we'll do something like this. Oh, sorry. Where you could say, you know what, actually we're making maybe a little bit of a triangle. Oh, maybe a little bit of a triangle before we are breaking out. Now this is we are leading bears into this, so yeah, it would make sense that we would go lower. If that happens, I'm gonna be honest, that looks pretty ugly. Let's say that we will break out somewhere here, then we would go to 13,800, so 13, 12, 14, whatever. It doesn't really matter. That actually would be pretty ugly if that happens. So there are two major patterns, the W and this triangle. And the W, let's say it would turn out correctly. So right now we're having then this pattern right here and another bottom, and then going higher, and this is our breakout. Then we would have a target of approximately 27,000. Quite a lot. But never say never. Like I always say, the price goes higher than you think, lower than you expect. So that could definitely be something that plays out. So the fact that we're having these patterns, if we have a breakout to the upside, will be very nice. Then at 27,000. You know what? Let's also do the breakout for the triangle to the upside, because who knows, we might be getting fooled by BTC. Everyone is gambling on a short, and then we're going long. That will be 26. So it's kind of the same price target, depending of course on where we are going to break out. If this happens, then first my eyes on price would be this triangle, because that would have a earlier breakout than the W. Then we want to see a volume coming in, and preferably maybe a retest and then going higher. But like I said, I'm afraid that we maybe break it, then rolling over it just completely again. And then if that happens, and of course also the W pattern would also fail. You know what, even let's say go like this, and then until the breakout of the W level-ish, would not be a surprise that people are, maybe the ones who are gambling on this triangle, will then get trapped, and then we're going lower. That would actually make a lot of sense for me. What else do we have? Well, let's take this out and let's extend this a little bit. Is that we have quite some support and resistance above us. Right now it looks like we're bouncing off from the top of 2017. This is very locally, this is of today. And of course then we have this support and resistance box just above us, that is approximately from 19,900 to approximately 20,200. Then we have this red line, that's a point of control, the most traded volume, that's at 20,500-ish above us. Then maybe this resistance line of this triangle, and if not, I will also see us maybe having some trouble overcoming this kind of level. Also that I would say that's more like a box than it is an exact level. You see that we had a lot of wicks in and out of that level, and this is on a 4 hourly, so you can see that a lot of 4 hourly candles are in there. So if that happens, then I will definitely also be checking if we can get a reversal here, and that could be then our fake out rolling over, then making lower prices. And another thing is that we have the 200 week EMA also still above us. Where do we have that? Let me take this one out, because I think I don't have a spot for that anymore. 200 week. Because right now we are trading underneath, so that also means that once we are going higher again, that will be a bit of a resistance for us. It is approximately now at 22,500. Might go a little bit higher, of course, since it's a moving average. So once we break it, if it would end up at the same at the value area high at 22,800, would not be surprised. That is also another resistance for us. So you know, a relief rally is a little bit in. A lot of people are saying it, but there's just so many levels that we need to recover. So I'm just afraid that this relief rally will be very short. Maybe now we are getting out. That scenario would make the most sense for me right now. Is that we are getting out of the triangle or the W, making something like a fake out in this level or on this 200 weekly May or on the point of control, and that would then eventually then turn over to us going lower, also towards the Fed meeting at the end of the month. So I'm saying very, very cautious. This scenario kind of right now make kind of sense for me, but if you put a gun against my head and say pick one, are we seeing a big relief rally for the next couple of weeks, or are we going much lower? I wouldn't dare to say it. I would not be able to say this is what I think is most likely going to happen. I'm really 50-50 into this. That's why I'm also cash mostly at the end of the day, because really in this kind of environment anything can happen. Something with the news, something with the miners, something with a few wheels. Maybe we have another scenario or story from a lending platform that goes bankrupt. So anything could happen right now. It's very, very tricky. So just be very, very careful, and always make sure that you take your profits, put your stop loss, and that's what, like I'm saying, what at least I am doing is being cash as most as I can at the end of the day. So that's how I'm approaching the markets. All right, hope you like this kind of update. If you do, then please show me a favor and like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss any future updates. Also feel free to check out all the links in the description to my Twitter and Instagram, and make an account now on Bybix and Phoenix. After your initial deposit, you are getting a trading bonus from the exchange, so don't miss it out. Thank you guys so much. See you very, very soon again in the next one. Bye bye.